Now, so I have a question. So yesterday, Ryan Gorman called the show from New York. Are you going to be joining him in New York City for some of this art and hanging out with all these hip hop artists?
First of all, I'm so proud of Ryan. Like,
yes,
good job, bro. Like, talk about fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Like, good job. He's a PR specialist, and he quit art. He quit art. He's doing all Wilcox from now on, he says. And I was so mad at him because he's really good at doing large scale paintings, to be honest.
Yeah.
He did the Bernie Sanders, like he has the hookups, he has the brass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He just didn't believe in himself, and I'm so happy to hear him doing it again. And he's gonna crush it.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I have too many inhibiting factors to just pick up and go to New York. As much as I'd love to.
Yeah.
Getting to the radio station is hard enough as it is, and that's like 7 minutes away.
Yeah, understood.
But what a time that would be, like the people, like Mr. At, like Jesse, he's on that cooking show with some legends, man. Like,
oh yeah, what's the name? Because the phone connection wasn't great. Do you remember the name of the cooking show that they're doing together?
It's like Eating the Food or something. I have to look it up again. But it is cool.
It's called Eating. I just looked it up. It's called Eating the Food.
No, it's not that. It's not. And hopefully Ryan's busy making a mural or sleeping with someone, so he's not paying attention to this segment right now.
Right.
He'd be mad at me.
Yeah.
Cooking the chow or something like that. Like, no, it is the chow, right, Mikey, hook it up. He's on it.
He's the best newsman in the business, Texas Mike.
Yeah, I didn't have a shirt, so he grabbed Mikey Martineau grabbed a women's Central softball shirt from me, and I appreciate that, Mike.
Oh,
I wear it well. But I'll tell you what though, Gorman has. He's a fly by the seat of his pants kind of guy.
Yes.
So one day he's making a hockey movie. And one day he's hanging out with, Slick Rick. You know what I mean? Legit. And that's a testament to him, though, because he makes relationships that last. Like, a lot of people make friends, and people write you off afterwards, and, like, you just don't connect. But when Gorman makes a friend, no matter what, he's so lovable that you just want to come back. So, like,
yeah.
He'll always maintain those relationships, unless you're a woman. But if you're a man and you're a guy, bros for life,
Well, I think too, you're talking about something that I think is actually very useful in a much larger sense, in a broader context for people.
Macro.
In a macro sense, yes, thank you. So much of, whatever your career is, if it's making art or whatever it is you're trying to do, or maybe you have a career, maybe it's like Gorman where, yes, he's an artist, but he also has this character and he's doing these different things. He kind of does a lot of different things that he mixes together. But whatever it is that you're doing, building relationships is such a huge part of that. And
it's true. It's not who you know. It's
right.
I mean, it's not.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not gonna say the last part.
Right. Obviously.
I'm saying it's not what you know. It's who you know. And that is very, very true. And you can burn bridges, and those bridges don't get rebuilt. But if you keep it built,
yes,
you can cross it again.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy for him. I really am. And I will come down for sure if he's really permanent New Yorker now. Because it sounded like he's very hip hop. Like, I counted about 45 yo's in that interview yesterday.
Yeah.
He's now like, yo, for real, dog?
Right.
Like, I'm sought after and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
is that your
that's my new age Gorman.
Little twist on the Gorman impression.
No. Bottom line is, he's got the bones to do it because he's so lovable, and we all root for him. And
he's very much an extrovert.
And he's not talentless. He's very talented.
Oh, extremely.
He's just so shifty, where he starts something, and it's
I was going to
30%.
say you should definitely clarify what you mean by
No,
shifty.
shifty. Like I'm on it. I'm so focused on this, but squirrel.
Yeah, there's some ADD there. Clearly.
ADD to the max, but without the ADD, his genius wouldn't be there.
Right.
So it's like if you treat the ADD, then do you still have that spark?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I see artists go through that where they curb that issue,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not as spontaneous, I guess you could say.
Right.
Like I don't know. I would say that I have that issue too, like where I come up with an idea, but if I were to like just treat myself and kind of just mellow, I don't know if like I would wake up excited to do something. And even if you start something 30%, you can still curb it and get back to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about forcing yourself just to get into it.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to crush it. His relationship like skills are there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I mean, and art is just, some guy could say, hey, that's dog crap. And another guy could say, hey, I'll pay you $100,000 for that. That's literally art. Right?
Yeah.
So.
But his ability to, to be able to build those relationships, because I've seen it happen. He builds rapport with people very, very quickly.
He's lovable. So you root for him.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it.
Kind eyes, and you root for him.
Yep, that's a perfect way of putting it.
And you can't be an artist if someone doesn't root for you, because like most people buy art because they like it, but the collectors buy it because they like you and they're buying you.
Yes. Yeah, you've talked about that before. Yeah.
And he's a big time proponent of me. Like he's never talked about art without mentioning me, and like, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got into it, like, but he's right. Like I did meet all y'all because of him, and I mean, I had to maintain my relationships as well. I could have blown it right away.
Right.
If I'm not a huge ratings getter and like clickbait, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But yeah, he set the table for me for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to hear him in New York of all places. Like I'm so jealous, to be honest. I am jealous.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. I got to tell you, I'm jealous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's doing the cool thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's hamming it up. Like there's nothing better than hamming it up with people as they walk by and they watch you paint.
Yeah.
A Beastie Boys mural. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how cool is that?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, hey, man, what are you doing? It's like, well, what do you think I'm doing? Number one. Number two, yeah, can I paint? Sure, a little bit. Just a dot. That's the question I get a lot. Can I do that? Can I have a paint?
You've told me about that, yeah. Does that happen a lot where you're doing, are you still doing that out here, the barriers on Elm Street?
I'm doing it all day, as long as I can.
Yeah.
I'm mixing it up, and luckily, like Kevin from the 603 Grill is like so cool, the owner. Mm-hmm. He just lets me do my thing, like, which I think he's crazy for doing, but I switch it up. Like the other night, my paint got stolen from me.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I go to my car, and my friend goes, "Where's your bag?" And she's like, "It was just there." And I'm like, and Veronette was there too, and she was like looking around. We're all looking around. It's gone, bro.
Oh no.
And so I switched it up. I switched the whole theme on a dime. I said, I'm gonna do a comic book theme of my paint getting stolen. Am I keeping you awake, Mike?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm gonna do a comic book theme of some guy stealing my paint.
Yeah.
And me paying some random guy who said, "Oh, I can get your paint back. I found it."
Yeah.
Give him $40 because I'm a sucker and an idiot. Never came back. And so it's all laid out.
Wait a minute, that actually happened, or that's gonna happen in the comic?
No, that happened. I'm trusting.
Oh my God.
Some guy's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe it, man.
Oh no.
I found your paint at the Abbott house on the 3rd floor. This guy, he doesn't want any trouble. He just wants $40."
Oh
I'm like,
no.
$40 is like $700 worth of stuff in there. Sure.
Oh no.
I'm like, burp, burp, burp. Here's the money. Big beam of suckerness, like beaming on it. So I did that.
Yeah.
But it's good content for the wall, and
oh sure.
but the guy's letting me do it, and I'll go back. I'll white it all out and start over again. It's just cool, like when people are like, "Dude, I came here just to see what you're doing today."
That must be.
Yeah. And there's like people who take pictures, and like I have enough like content to fill the whole like Elm Street if I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
But I just love it. I just love doing it. You know, I love talking about art with people. I like talking to the homeless people too. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I give them something to do. Like 3 in the morning, they're like, I got a big beam of light coming on. I got bumping music. I play Midas's like SoundCloud music.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like a scene. And I got Rocky Hubert hanging out with me. He's my protection.
Yeah.
He's got his fanny pack just in case things go wrong.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's very NWO.
Which is
the fanny pack.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna carry a fanny pack.
I don't know.
But you know, it gives people like something to do, and like when I'm not like I got discouraged. I said I'm done. I even wrote on the wall. I go, you stole my paint, but I'm still painting. But I'm not painting here. That's the last thing I wrote.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, come on, man. This is one bad apple, you know?
Yeah.
So I got discouraged. You know, you try to help people out and then you get stolen from.
Yeah, that's not good.
But I'm back. I'm back to helping again. And
yeah.
I got discouraged, but I'm good.
Does it happen a lot where somebody just comes up to you and says, hey, man, what are you doing? Because you mentioned
hey,
that.
man, you doing some art? Say, no, dude. I'm just...
it's an illusion.
Or are you a graffiti artist?
Oh, you get that? Do you get that question a lot?
No, I'm like, no, I have a 5,000 lume light coming on to me right now because I'm doing this illegally. No, I got the green light, and I don't recommend anybody do illegal graffiti because it's rude, number one.
Yeah.
It damages property values.
Absolutely. And nobody wants to see it unless it's really good. Then keep doing it. If it's good.
Oh.
I'm saying there's no Manchester graffiti artist that people really want to see right now. Illegal. Like there's no Banksy out there. It's all scribbles. And
what about this decomp? Is that what I see everywhere?
Decap.
Decap? I don't pay enough attention to it to know.
So I had an encounter with that guy once.
Really? Is he from here originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been. I was out doing something like maybe illegal, not really, but it's a big piece of paper. I just glued it to a wall. You know, you can take it down. It doesn't damage any property. Sure. It was two people dancing, like about to kiss at a dance.
Yeah.
It was romantic. It was sweet.
Yeah.
And this guy comes up to me. He's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "This." He's like, "Take my can, spray." I'm like, No, thanks. I'm just gonna glue this loving piece up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it. I just walked away. I didn't want any trouble, so I just said, "All right, I'm done."
But it was him. You knew it was him.
He claimed it was.
Oh, he claimed it was. He claimed it was him. So it might not have even have been him.
From what I hear, you know, you just gotta. There's turf and stuff like that. Like there's rules to the game, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, so like talking out of school would probably be one of the rules.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I encountered him. We worked out. You know, he knows who I am. I know who he is, and we're cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't do anything out there like spraying, painting walls or anything like that. As much as I'd love to.
Yeah.
Even if it was great, I still.
Because I've always been kind of fascinated by it. Like, you know, taking any kind of judgment out of it, or agreeing, disagreeing about it, whatever. I've just always been kind of fascinated by.
Me too.
Like how someone gets away with it is fascinating to me. Like I see some of his stuff and I wonder, you know, like on the highway, you know, you see it. Like how did he, like when I see it, I just wonder about the mechanics of it. How did he do all of that without getting caught? Is he that fast? Is he, I mean, how? Like on a busy highway, I mean, I assume at night, but how?
One word I would say is a lookout. You need gotta have a lookout.
Yeah.
If you notice, like you see a lot of paired up tags out there.
Oh.
Like, you won't see one tag without another one.
Oh.
So it's like you go, I go kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So also.
So they could have walkie-talkies or something.
Also, people aren't really gonna tattle because, like, if you walked by someone, would you say something?
No.
If you saw someone right here, right on the building, writing something, would you just kind of be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's doing it," to yourself, or would you call the cops? Probably not going to call the cops because you don't want trouble.
Right. Yeah.
And
I don't see myself saying anything.
Yeah, most people wouldn't.
Right.
And if you did, it would take a minute to get there. You can bang one out in 2 minutes.
But if he's doing that on the highway, a state trooper is going to drive by and see that. That's what I mean.
Possibly, but again, think about it. How are you going to stop on a dime at
Right.
65?
True.
And you can bounce. I'm sure there's spots where you get a exit route,
That's true.
Hey, Matt and everybody, this is Ron. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The guys that do the highway, the decap or whatever it is, I suppose, yeah, for sure, you got to have a lookout because anybody drives by is definitely going to rat you out. And it's so easy to get on your phone and report it and then just keep on your way, So,
Well,
I don't know. I'd like to see a stop. I mean, there's some of them are truly artists, but they picked the wrong canvas to do the stuff.
Why, though? I don't understand. Okay, so here's, again, not to make trouble up. Why? Why is it the wrong canvas? Like, what is it hurting anyone? I don't know.
When you destroy other people's property?
But the highway overhangs, I mean, like, if anything, it makes you, like, say, oh, cool, look.
Yeah,
it's not just gray.
Yeah, it's because it's not actually destroying anything, really. It's nothing. Nothing's being
the guy,
damaged.
Slippery slope I'm on. I get it.
An accident. You don't see that that's an issue, or you know what I mean? It goes really deep in every direction.
Of course, like if that, yeah. When you really think about it, yeah, you're right. It is a distraction, but a lot of things are. A deer crossing the road could be a distraction,
Yeah.
But also, you're right. Why make more distraction? You're right, Ron.
I mean, but like I say, these guys some of them are truly artists, but they attack somebody's property. The guy doesn't need that stuff on the side of his building, and then you got put up brand new highways and beautiful barrier walls. It doesn't take very long before they get out there and start trashing the place. It's like, knock it off.
You're right about that.
You
But sometimes, like the people we talk about, the B-dubs and the DCAT, they don't trash the place. They take pride in how clean they make it, and I don't know. There's a whole. It's called getting up. If you can get up on like the things that B-dub did is just out of control. Like how high he got up.
Yeah.
I don't know how you put. I don't know what do you do? Levitate? Because he was overhanging on a highway.
Wow.
Like dangerous.
Yeah.
So like people in that community would say that's pretty cool. I mean, pretty ballsy at least. And it's not just crap. He spends 20 minutes doing it.
Yeah.
I think the highway is the easiest place because you can see him coming. It's one-way traffic, and if you do it at 3 a.m, you're getting
right
maybe 1-2 a minute.
I'm agnostic on it, I think, but Ron is Ron. You disapprove. It sounds.
Well, like I said, I mean, these guys should go to an automotive school and take it out on a car and make the cars look slick. You know what I mean? Add the colors, so whatever it is, not just the blacks and the whites, but add some colors and take it their art to the next level. And just get don't be painting walls with spray cans.
Or get the green light from a business owner.
Earn some money for it.
Right, you're right, Ron. Like the way to do it is the way I did it. You go up to the business owner and you say, "Hey, I'm an artist. I'd like to do your Jersey barriers."
Exactly.
And they say, "Go ahead," and then you get the green light, and then you can operate with. You make so much better art when you have a green light, because you're not like rushing, you're not like sloppy.
You're not under, and you're not looking over your shoulder.
Not looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
You can take a minute. You can smoke a butt. You can do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I want to say one more thing, and unless you saw it, you'd never believe it. But I spent a little bit of time in Iraq, and when you're on the highways in Iraq, and I'm talking like from here to Boston in length, a long way, the size of the highways, there's cement barriers, and every barrier, and these barriers are 15 feet tall. Every one of them, they're like 8 feet by 15 feet. Every one of them has some type of artist that painted something.
Really?
And it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes. It's pretty cool. I mean, unfortunately, a whole bunch of them were like Saddam stuff, but that was beyond that. There was farmers and cultures, and it was pretty cool. I mean, to see, these barriers painted one by one all the way down.
Yeah, that is cool.
There's really no excuse why we don't have a public place for people to show what they can do. Like,
right.
If they go to the store and they buy their own spray paint, and give them 40, 50 feet of wall, and let them hang out.
Yeah.
Because they'll be there. That's where the people will take pictures. That's where Inklink will go take pictures. Like, that's where people will go and look and do selfies in front of, like, because it'll be beautiful. They have time to pause. Like, this should be a public wall. Like, look what Nashua did. I hate using Nashua as an example because I don't like Nashua.
Yeah.
Bottom line. But they killing it with the art, the public art thing.
Really?
They're just doing it right. And now it deters.
In what way? What are they doing right?
They have a whole thing where they're just letting people do public art. You sign up and you can go and you can have a little section.
Oh, no kidding.
You can sit there and you can paint all day with your little paintbrush, or you can spray paint, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
You can paper mache, whatever,
Yeah.
and people like walk by it, and then, it's a tourist attraction,
No, that is cool.
and that's about all Nashville has. So.
No.
Right, Mike?
Right.
All right, Ron, anything else on your mind?
No. I'm going to go grab a can of spray paint, and a paper bag. I'm going to be hanging out in my backyard if anybody wants to come over and join me.
Sounds
Boy,
good.
That's another thing about spray paint, too. Like, people don't like it.
Oh, people what?
Like, that's why I work in the middle of the night, because people don't like it. Like, they'll walk by and they'll be like, oh my God, my emphysema.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry you have emphysema, and I will stop. Like, anyone that says, hey, can you stop? I'll stop, of course.
Does that ever happen?
Sometimes, yeah.
Really?
Of course. Think about it. Like, it's an awful smell. It's like, I call spray paint cans tattletale cans.
Yeah.
Because you rattle them,
Oh.
and they're loud, and then they smell. They're just telling on you at all times.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like that's why they do it.
DJ Midas is in the Facebook live chat. Midas says, I've been friends with Gorman since 95-ish, finally starting to like him. He also says, what Gonzo lacks in accuracy, he makes up for in enthusiasm.
Exactly.
I've heard
Perfection.
I've heard that somewhere else. That's a genius thought. Midas also speculating that Ron is decap. Everyone knows that. And Ron should make all our laws. He understands the way things should work. Well, there you go.
Well, they call Ron decap because, decapitation, but what he means is he takes his clothes off and he goes painting.
Oh, good.
The naked painter.
Uh-huh.
Ron from Manchester.
There could be a market for that.
I mean, you got to be careful, though. You might get a little blue on your wee-wee. But that's for a different show.
That's right. That's for Matt Connarton Unsheathed.
Enough about me. You hear about Trump?
What about him?
He's decap.
Really? Oh,
No.
my goodness. Wow.
No, you know what?
Shouldn't joke about that. We'll end up with the Secret Service.
No, I'm not joking about on a local level. Because I never met the guy.
Right.
I thought it would be funny, though, to change his name from decap to just, all you gotta do is, white out a little bit of the P and make it decaf, because there's nothing hype about the name decaf.
Right. That is true.
Like decaffeinated coffee. Come on.
That's very true.
But I don't have the guts.